They say every draft pick walks across that stage dreaming of greatness. But on that night, NBA draft night, the projected #1 pick, Dante Mills, never took the stage. He didn't shake the commissioner's hand. He didn't put on a hat. He didn't smile for cameras. Because Dante Mills was dead. And someone in that building killed him. It was June 26th. Barclays Center was packed. Bright lights, roaring fans, anxious families, and cameras pointed at every corner of the arena. Behind the scenes, the green room buzzed with energy. Prospects adjusted their suits. Agents whispered last-minute reminders. Everyone was on edge, especially the team with the #1 pick, the Houston Kings. Dante Mills had been a lock, a 6'8" forward out of Duke, flashy, fearless, and freakishly talented. His highlight reel looked like a cheat code. And his story, raised by a single mom in Philly, dominating the AAU circuit, breaking college records, made him a media darling. All eyes were on him, but 10 minutes before the first pick was to be announced, something went terribly wrong. A junior production assistant named Alyssa Grant knocked on Dante's green room door to mic him up for the camera. No answer. She knocked again. Still nothing. She pushed the door open just a crack. That's when she saw it. Dante Mills was slumped in the corner of the room, eyes wide open, completely still. A half-empty sports drink on the table beside him, and a faint trail of blood from his nose. Alyssa screamed. Security rushed in. The cameras kept rolling outside, but Backstage turned to chaos. Paramedics declared him dead at the scene. No signs of a struggle, no visible trauma. Just gone. Poison, they said. Fast-acting, precise, professional. The draft was delayed. The commissioner announced an unforeseen emergency. The crowd booed, confused. But inside that arena, the NBA went into lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out. Phones confiscated, lawyers called. And a homicide detective, off duty but in the building, stepped in. Detective Lena Cruz had come to the draft with her nephew. She wasn't in uniform, but within 10 minutes she had command of the investigation. She moved through the green room methodically, eyes sharp, voice calm. She knew one thing immediately. This wasn't an accident. Dante Mills was murdered, and one of the people in that building did it. She started with the inner circle. First, Dante's agent, Raymond Ellis. Slick, well-dressed, always working a deal. He looked devastated, but also furious. This kid was about to be worth $80 million, he said. You don't kill the golden goose. But Cruz noticed something. Ellis kept glancing at his watch. Nervous, sweating, not grief, pressure. Then she found out about the contract dispute. Dante had planned to drop Ellis as his agent after the draft. He'd secretly signed with a new firm, something Ellis had just found out that morning. He was going to lose everything. Dante had told his mom, "I'm tired of being a pawn. I want my own team." Next was Trey Monroe, the #2 pick on every board, a high-flying guard with attitude and history. Trey and Dante had been rivals since high school. They'd almost come to blows at a McDonald's All-American event. They hated each other. And now, with Dante gone, Trey would likely go first. Trey was calm, too calm. "Look," he told Cruz, "we beefed, sure. But you think I'd kill a guy over draft position? That's career suicide, and I didn't even talk to him today." Except security footage said otherwise. At 5:17 p.m., Trey was seen outside Dante's green room. He wasn't supposed to be there. He claimed he was just passing through. Cruz pressed him. That's when he cracked. He told me I'd be nothing, Trey admitted, that I'd be forgotten, that the league didn't need 2 stars, just him. But did you poison him? No, Trey said, but I know someone who wanted to. That someone was Coach Dale Bryant, head coach of the Houston Kings, the man who was going to draft Dante. Cruz found Coach Bryant pacing in the executive lounge, looking like he hadn't slept in days. Bryant had wanted Dante badly, but behind the scenes, the two had clashed. Dante didn't want to play in Houston. He didn't like the system, the market, the rumors of dysfunction. He'd told people he was going to pull an Eli Manning, refuse to play and force a trade. Bryant was under pressure from ownership. If Dante refused to play, the Kings' rebuild would collapse. His job was on the line. Still, murder. Bryant denied everything, but Cruz found something odd. In his briefcase was a folder labeled Contingency Plans. Inside, scouting reports for every other top 10 pick, except Dante Mills. Almost like he knew Dante wouldn't be an option. Then came the strangest clue of all, a thumb drive found under the table in Dante's green room. Encrypted. When they cracked it, they found a single video file. It was a screen recording of a Zoom call, dated 2 weeks earlier. On the call, Raymond Ellis, Coach Bryant, and an unknown third party. The audio was fuzzy, but clear enough. "We need him to fall in line," Ellis said. "If he refuses, we pull the plug," Bryant replied. The third person said nothing, just nodded. Cruz was stunned. Pull the plug. Was that metaphor? Or murder? Then she noticed something on the video, a timestamp in the corner. The meeting was held the same night Dante posted a cryptic message on Instagram. "They think they control my future. They don't. Watch me." That post was deleted minutes later. Something scared him. The final break came from Alyssa, the production assistant who'd found the body. She remembered something odd. Dante kept rubbing his lips like they were tingling, she said. He thought it was nerves, but I swear, I saw someone hand him that drink. "Who?" Cruz asked. Alyssa paused. "I don't know. I thought it was a league intern, but he didn't have a badge." Security footage confirmed it. A man in a black hoodie, no credentials, walked straight into the green room with a bottle in hand. He was never seen leaving. Facial recognition couldn't identify him. But then a fingerprint, partial, on the cap of the bottle. A match. Not to Raymond Ellis, not to Trey, not to Bryant, but to Kendall Reed, a private investigator hired by Raymond Ellis. Why? To follow Dante, to find dirt, and if needed, to keep him in check. Cruz put the pieces together. Ellis had built his entire future around Dante. His agency had 1 star. If Dante left, Ellis would lose sponsors, deals, everything. When Dante signed with a rival agency, Ellis panicked. He called Coach Bryant. They discussed ways to pressure Dante into staying. But Dante wasn't afraid. He was going to expose them both, so Ellis hired Reed to make sure that never happened. Reed didn't act alone. The plan required access, timing, and cover, which led Cruz to the final piece. The third person on the Zoom call, the silent one. She enhanced the image, the reflection of a nameplate barely visible in the corner. A. Grant, Alyssa, the production assistant. She hadn't stumbled upon the body. She'd helped set the whole thing up. She was deep in debt. Had applied for a job at Ellis's agency and been rejected. But he offered her something else, $25,000 in cash and a job if she kept her mouth shut. She hadn't just walked in on the body, she was the one who unlocked the green room door for Reed. She confessed within minutes. Raymond Ellis was arrested that night. So was Kendall Reed. Coach Bryant was forced to resign, though he denied involvement. The NBA tried to control the story. A tragic health incident, they called it at first. But the truth got out. You can't hide murder. Dante Mills was 19 years old. Projected to go #1 overall, he died 10 minutes before his name was called. The Houston Kings forfeited the pick out of respect. Trey Monroe went second to the Detroit Falcons. He never wore a smile that night. And for the first time in NBA history, the #1 pick was never made.